Hey everyone, it's Brandy and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Friday Reads video. If you guys haven't heard, which I'm sure most of you have already heard of this, but a Friday Reads is basically talking about what you plan on reading throughout the upcoming weekend as well as possibly into the next week is the way that I do it at least. And I feel like I have quite a few books to talk about in this video. More than I normally would, just because I am in the middle of multiple books. Usually I try to read one book at a time, and somehow throughout this week I ended up starting 4 different books, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, and I still want to read more. So I'm going to go over the books that I'm currently reading, and then I think I also have 2 books that I would like to get to. Now, I don't know how much reading I will get done this weekend. I'm trying to get a lot done. I want to at least finish 3 books, I think, and then get started on 1 or 2 more and hopefully finish those as well. But I'm rambling now. Let's just talk about the books that I am in the middle of and pretty much what I want to read throughout the weekend. So I believe I have 5 or 6 books that I would like to talk about in this video. 4 of them I am currently reading, and 2 I would like to at least get started sometime this weekend. So the first book that I'm currently reading, which I'm pretty sure that I won't get through, is A Thousand Beginnings and Endings, and this is an anthology that was edited by Ellen O and Elise Chapman. I started this book either last weekend or the beginning of this week, and I read the first 2 stories, I believe. Actually, it looks like I did start the 3rd story. I wasn't completely sure. I think I might just restart this 3rd story when I go back into it, because I really don't remember what was going on. I had set this up where I could read 2 stories a day, and then maybe one day read 3 stories and have this finished in a week, but I wasn't really in the mood to read all week, so this ended up getting pushed to the side, and I didn't read any of it besides past those first 2 stories, and I think maybe 2 or 3 pages of the 3rd story that was in here. So I'm not trying to completely finish this one this weekend. I would like to, if possible, do the 2 stories a day like I blocked it off, and finish this one in the middle of next week unless I really get sucked in. So far I have been enjoying this. If you guys haven't heard of this, this is basically an anthology of Asian myths and legends. So a bunch of different Asian authors took different Asian myths and legends and kind of retold them in their own way. So like I said, I've only read the first 2 and I found them really interesting. I feel bad that I couldn't necessarily connect as much as I would have liked to with those stories, just because I have no background at all in any of this stuff, but I found it so far really fascinating. I believe I gave the first 2 stories 4 stars each so far, so I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of these. The next physical book that I would like to get to this weekend is Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Brownhorse. This is another book that I pretty much started a little bit ago, but I just have not gotten to it or continued on with it. I remember I read the first chapter and then I put it down because I think I had a book or 2 that I needed to read for review, and when I went back to it I decided to just start it over, and I kind of pushed it aside again and didn't read it. I have yesterday, I believe, I did get a little bit of reading done, so I am now about to start chapter 7, which is only 42 pages in, but the book is 257 or 258. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's 285. So this book is only 285 pages. I think because it is a taller book, it takes me a little bit longer to get through, so it's kind of a little bit more text on a page than say a book of this size would have. So it's taken me a little bit longer to get into this, but it's really starting to pick up, and more of the characters that I think this is going to be following were just introduced at the part that I stopped at. I was actually trying to get this finished today, but I got really engrossed in another book that I'm going to be talking about in a minute. So I meant to read the majority of this while at work last night, and I just did not get to it just because, like I said, I was really into the other book. So this is another top priority for this weekend. I believe after I finish the next book that I'm going to talk about I'm gonna definitely get back to this one and finish this one up as well. The next book that I would like to finish this weekend is Once Burned by Janine Frost, and this is the first book in the Dark Prince series. I think that's what it's called. I'm not completely sure on that, but this is one of the book picks for the Wicked Spirits book club for this month. I definitely want to get it done because the live show was supposed to be this or next Friday, but I saw that Lauren said that as of now it's not scheduled because of some work related issues that she hasn't quite figured out when she's going to be able to do it yet. But I still definitely want to get it done. I started reading it sometime later in this week, and today while I was at work, which is the book that I was just talking about, I got really engrossed in it and I am kind of flying through it, and after I'm done filming this and getting it up, I am going to go back to that one. So today I believe I read about 20% of it, so I'm currently at 25 or 26% of the way through the book, and I feel like before I go to sleep today I will definitely get a good chunk of the way through it. I would like to finish it today. I'm just not sure how fast I'll be able to get reading done, so we'll see. And yeah, like I always say, I update my Goodreads pretty frequently. I'm sure as soon as I'm done with that, I will at least mark it as read if I don't give it a rating or anything yet. But I'm really enjoying this one right now, and this is definitely one that I plan on finishing this weekend. Another book that I'm currently in the middle of, but this one isn't as a high priority as some of the other books that I have, is World After by Susan E. And this is the second book in the Penryn and the End of Days series, I believe. I haven't looked up really series names, but this is the second book, or this is the sequel to Angel Fall. Angel Fall is the second pick for the Wicked Spirits book club, so I ended up having access to the ebook and the audiobook through Kindle Unlimited, so I got both of those and I flew through that first book in like 2 days. And I don't know all the details because I feel like I kind of was half paying attention towards the end, but I really did enjoy it. So I ended up picking up World After right after that. So I was just like, you know, I'll pick this one up. I got about 17% of the way through that one, but at the moment that one isn't a big priority, like I said, so I most likely will not get any more reading done with this one throughout the weekend, just because I'm like, I have other books that I'm way more interested in reading, so we will definitely see about that. I have 2 more ebooks, so it's actually up to 7 now, I believe, that I would like to get to. Both of these were books that I had for review, or ebooks that I have for review that I just haven't gotten a chance to read them, so I can review them yet. The first one of those is The Chase by Elle Kennedy, and this is the first book in the Briar U series, which is a spin-off of the Off-Campus series. And then the other romance that I have for review is Boy Toy by Serena Bowen and Tanya Eby, and this is the 3rd book in the Manhand series. And the last book that I would like to at least get started this weekend is Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. This is a book that I received in a past Outcrate box, or one of the more recent Outcrate boxes. Yeah, I want to get to it. Obviously it's on my TBR, and I would like to just get to as many of those if I have time, like I said to you before, sometime this weekend. If not, this one isn't so much of a big deal. So those are all the books that I would like to get some reading done in throughout this weekend. And like I said, the 2 books, Trail of Lightning as well as Once Burned, I would like to finish both of those this weekend, but we will see. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, let me know what you plan on reading for this weekend. Or if you don't plan on reading, let me know what your weekend plans are in general. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.